Did you know that only 4% of retirees optimize their Social Security benefits timing? The other 96% are potentially leaving hundreds, if not thousands, usually thousands of dollars on the table. Today, I'll show you a strategy that could add up to $250,000 to your retirement income. $250,000. That is exactly what I said. You heard that correctly. Three big questions that we're going to answer in this video are going to be: what are spousal benefits and how do they work? Number two, what is the optimal claiming strategy for most couples? And then number three, we're going to talk about how much money could this strategy add to your retirement. And of course, I've already given you that answer, haven't I? What are Social Security spousal benefits? Spousal benefits allow one spouse to receive up to 50% of the other spouse's full retirement age benefit. This is particularly valuable when one spouse has significantly lower lifetime earnings or didn't work enough quarters to qualify for their own benefit. To be eligible, you must be at least 60 years old or any age if you're caring for a child under the age of 16. Your spouse must have already filed for their benefits. And then three, if divorced, you must have been married for at least 10 years. So let's talk about the optimal strategy for this. My analysis was, for most cases, I found that the optimal strategy is for the higher earner to delay until age 70, while the lower earner goes ahead and claims at age 62 or full retirement age. And I'm going to tell you why. Typically, when you file at this age, you're going to end up making a lot more money. And the break-even point between both couples filing at full retirement age, which is better than both couples filing at 62. I'll show you that in a second. Or I'll talk to you about that in a second. I won't show it to you. The break-even point typically occurs in your late 70s. So you live to, let's say, 77. The next year, you're now starting to receive more income using this strategy of the higher income earner delaying until the last age they can, which is 70 currently, and the lower earned income one taking theirs at 62 or their full retirement age. So let's talk about a real example of a couple with retirement benefits of $2,400 for the high income earner and $1,600 per month at full retirement age for the lower income earner. If they both claim at 62, they're going to be getting about $2,666 per month. And their lifetime benefit, so that puts their annual benefit at $31,992. Their lifetime benefit is going to be about we'll call it $36,000. $736,000. Keep in mind, this has inflation increasing. And I think the age that we're doing that they die is around 86, 87. That's what we'll call it. And remember, the break-even point is 77, typically. And let's say they both claim at full retirement age. They're going to get about $4,000 a month, $48,000 a year, or $864,000 over their lifetime. And then using the optimal strategy where the high income earner files at 70 and the low income earner files at 67, full retirement age for this person, they get $4,576 a month or $55,000 a year, roughly. And then over their lifetime, they'll get $989,000 roughly, or $988,000 roughly. Now, this includes the inflation increases, but think about that. If they both claim at 62 and live to 86 or 87, we'll call it, they're going to get about $736,000. If the high income earner files at 70 and the low income earner files at 67, they're going to get $988,000 versus $736,000. There's your $250,000 that we talked about earlier. By using this optimal strategy, both couples will gain that amount of $250,000. Now, let's talk about why this strategy worked and common mistakes. This strategy works because, number one, the higher earner's benefit increases by 8% per year when delayed past full retirement age. That does not include the standard inflation increase for Social Security that everyone receives, whether you started it or not. Number two, this increase also boosts the spousal benefit. And number three, the higher benefit becomes the survivor benefit when one spouse passes away. Here's a warning to everyone that's considering when to start their Social Security. The most common mistake that I see is both spouses claiming at 62. Now, our clients typically don't do that because we advise against it, but it is the most common thing that I'll typically see our clients want to do. And this permanently reduces their monthly benefits and can cost them and you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in lifetime income, as I've shown you. And one of my favorite questions I get is, what if I die early? Okay, you die early. You left some money on the table. Your spouse will get half your benefit or 100%. And okay, you left money on the table. Would you rather leave a little bit of money on the table and have a comfortable retirement, die early? Or would you rather not leave money on the table, live to age 90 and have an uncomfortable, frustrating financial retirement from age 80 to 90? So don't worry about leaving money on the table. Worry about how comfortable your retirement's going to be as you get into your 70s and 80s. That's, to me, that's what I'm worried about. And that's what I talk to my clients about. They leaving the money on the table thing I don't know. It also just seems selfish too about leaving money on the table, but you do want to be wise, and you'll actually be leaving more money on the table if you live to your mid 80s, if you file at 62 than if you file with this optimal strategy that I've just talked about. Okay. So now that you understand this powerful strategy, don't leave money on the table, as we've discussed. Every situation is unique, and your optimal strategy might differ based on age differences, health status, and other income sources. Go ahead and click on the link in the video to schedule a free wealth planning session with me. We can talk about what my clients have done successfully with Social Security, what you want to do, and I can tell you what's worked for them. And we can also talk about where you want to go as well. Also be interested to hear what you're doing. When did you take Social Security? Obviously, are you happy with it? Are you glad you did it? How close are you to pulling the trigger on Social Security? What questions do you have about it? Remember, this one decision could mean $250,000 more for your retirement. That was just with Social Security figures of a full retirement age of 2,400 and 1,600. So as the numbers go higher, it could be more than 250,000, depending on how long you live, what your benefit is to start with, and when you start it. Don't start your Social Security without expert advice. We'll see.